Alrighty guys, in today's video we are doing a speed test between the brand new iPhone 13 Pro Max versus its predecessor, the iPhone 12 Pro Max. I do have both of the phones in my hand. I've just picked up the iPhone 13 Pro Max a couple minutes ago. I'm going to get them all set up and we're going to hop straight into the speed test. Alrighty guys, hopping into the speed test. Just before we get started, I just want to show you guys that these phones are exactly the same. As you guys can see here, both iOS 15. Both got 12 applications, 128 gig both. These are identical in terms of applications and that kind of stuff. So there are those specs. Now the first thing we always do is a boot up test. So I'm going to boot down both devices and I'm going to plug the power in at the same time and see which one boots faster. So let's get them powered down and we'll get to the boot test. Alright guys, both devices are now powered off and at the same time I'm going to plug them in and see which one boots up faster. So on the count of three, 1, 2, 3. They also both have 20 watt power bricks connected as well. USB-C to lightning cables obviously as well. So they both count pretty much at the same time. The screen is dimmed on the iPhone 13 Pro Max now. And the iPhone 13 Pro Max has started and then the 12 Pro Max. So not too much of a difference at all. It was very, very close actually. And if you guys did realize, I actually did take the SIM card out as well of my 12 Pro Max to make it as accurate as possible. Now, just before we get started, I'm going to make sure they're on the same Wi-Fi networks. As you guys can see, they're on the same Wi-Fi network, so we're going to leave it like that. We're going to start off with some basic application opening, and then we're going to head off to some tests here, as you guys can see with these apps and some games, and some benchmarks. So we're just going to start off with the App Store. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. 12 Pro Max a bit faster, not much at all. Let's go to the camera, 1, 2, 3. Pretty much identical. Let's go to maps. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that one more time. I'm going to leave the app switches open as well to see how much the RAM does obviously help with both the phones now running. Both have 6 gig of RAM as well. Try maps one more time. 1, 2, 3. So pretty much exactly the same as well. Let's go to weather. 1, 2, 3. 12 Pro Max a little bit faster, but pretty much the exact same. Let's head on to Safari. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's clear this. Let's both go to private tabs. And then if we do there, we can go to my speed test folder. Alright, we'll load the Verge on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, they're both on the same Wi-Fi, so it's pretty much whatever grabs the Wi-Fi first and loads faster. So 13 Pro Max was a bit faster there. Let's go CNET, 1, 2, 3. Again, identical. Apple, 1, 2, 3. Again, same. And now New York Times, which is a pretty big web app, 1, 2, 3. Taking their time. Okay, 13 Pro Max a little bit faster, just followed by the 12 Pro Max. So again, not too much of a difference, guys. Not ridiculous. I feel like there was more of a difference between the 11 Pro Max and the 12 Pro Max last year. So, guys, not much of a difference at all so far. Alright, guys, we're going to start off with the benchmarks, just in case the phones do start to throttle. So, we'll start off with Geekbench 5. So, 1, 2, 3. Exactly the same. CPU test, 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's do the benchmark. I'll come back to you guys once it's finished. Alrighty guys, both phones have finished up here, and here are the Geekbench results. Not too much of a difference. It's about 700 points higher on the multi-core score, and then the single-core score, they're pretty similar, and I'm very surprised. I thought it was going to be a bit higher, but there are the Geekbench results for the 12 Pro Max versus the 13 Pro Max. So let's get out of those. Let's go ahead and do benchmark. 1, 2, 3. Let's start testing. I'll come back to you guys once this is finished as well. Alrighty guys, both devices have now finished, and as you guys can see, there are the scores for both devices, and for some reason, this is scoring a lot lower than what it should be. I think a lot of the tests it's scoring above 800,000, so I don't know why it's so low, but anyway, here are the scores. Not too much higher than the 12 Pro Max. I think both the phones are really hot, and the screen brightness has come back on this one now. So before, when we were doing the test, the screen brightness actually dropped on the 13 Pro Max. But here are the scores. And obviously the 13 Pro Max is higher in all categories here. So there's your Antutu benchmark score. Now we'll do some speed tests. So let's open speed test. 1, 2, 3. Like I said before, they're both connected to the same Wi-Fi. So we're going to do individual tests. So we'll make sure on the same server first of all. Alright, so now they're both on the same server. As you guys can see, let's run the 12 Pro Max first, and then we'll do the 13 Pro Max as well. Alright guys, so here are the results for speed test. The 13 Pro Max has a higher download apparently through Wi-Fi, but a slower upload here. And then the opposite for the downloads on LTE. So obviously this second one here is LTE as well. I don't know why it came with the Wi-Fi signal, but 187 versus 173 on the 12 Pro Max, 13 Pro Max. So 12 Pro Max is higher on both the download tests here, but it's slower on the upload test. So they're just back and forth, guys. They're very, very similar, pretty much the exact same. So there are the results for the speed test. All right, guys, let's move on from the speed test and open some apps up and see how the RAM does and see which one opens the apps up faster. All right, we'll start with YouTube. 1, 2, 3. Pretty much exactly the same. TikTok. 1, 2, 3. Again, pretty much exactly the same. Fruit Ninja, 1, 2, 3. So the 13 Pro Max a little bit faster. iMovie, 1, 2, 3. Pretty much exact same. Asphalt 9, 1, 2, 3. I think last time the iPhone 12 Pro Max did beat out the 11 Pro Max, so we'll see if the 13 Pro Max can beat out the 12 Pro Max this year. Alright, so I can hear the music first on the 13 Pro Max, followed by the 12 Pro Max. So shouldn't be too far behind. Okay, there we go. So the 12 Pro Max actually loaded faster than the 13 Pro Max. Interesting results there, guys. There you go. Let's go Plants vs Zombies 2. 1, 2, 3. Every time I go to open Plants vs Zombies 2, because they're on the same account, they just keep like one keeps disconnecting from the other ones. So we're gonna skip that for now and head on to Call of Duty Mobile. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so this is a bit more of an intensive an app, a bit bigger to load. The 12 Pro Max has done very well kicking up the 13 Pro Max. I don't know if it's because stuff's not optimized yet, but it is pretty much neck and neck the whole time. The 12 Pro Max is actually beaten out on a couple apps as well, which I'm surprised about. So let's see if something is a bit more intensive like this, which one loads faster. It'll be interesting to see if the 12 Pro Max can actually beat it out here. Alright, it looks like the 13 Pro Max did actually win, which we hopefully should have expected. Netflix, 1, 2, 3. Just opening it up. Exactly the same. Balloons Tower Defense 6. 1, 2, 3. You couldn't have been more accurate if you tried to try and get them both the exact same. Like, it is identical. Alright, so what we're going to do now that we've done all the tests, we're going to try and open up the original apps and see if they've stuck in the background with the RAM. Now, they've both got 6 gig of RAM, so they both technically should stay all open. But let's see if the 13 Pro Max has maybe optimized the RAM a bit better, but we'll find out right now. So let's go to camera again. 1, 2, 3. Exact same. Let's go App Store. 1, 2, 3. Both just loaded in the app there, but pretty much all loaded in. Maps. 1, 2, 3. Both loaded in. Let's head on. Let's get out of that. Let's head on to weather. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so they're both still loaded in. Safari, 1, 2, 3. Both still loaded in as well. Alright, now let's go to the bit more intensive apps and we'll start with the list again. Let's go speed test. 1, 2, 3. Still loaded in. Geekbench. Alright, let's see how Fruit Ninja does. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so both have to connect back online, but apart from that, they're both still open. iMovie, 1, 2, 3. Still open. Asphalt 9, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so they both This happened last year. That the 11 Pro Max had to actually restart restart opening the app. The 12 Pro Max was just a little bit in the background, half running. So as you guys can see, the 13 Pro Max did win, but they were pretty much half loaded in the background. Plants vs Zombies 2 didn't even work, so we'll skip that. Call of Duty, exact same. Netflix 1, 2, 3. They should be the exact same as they are. And finally, Balloons Tower Defense 6, 1, 2, 3. And they're both exactly the same. So, guys, there is the speed test. Alrighty, guys, thanks for watching the video. If you have enjoyed, make sure to smash the thumbs up button. I will have a camera test coming out between these two phones as well, so stay tuned for that. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in another video.